Today we're going to cover two different topics, but they have enough of a connecting theme that they mesh well together for this video. Plus, we gotta hit that sweet 10-minute mark to get the YouTube dough. First we'll talk about those damn Muslims ruining Sweden. Or more accurately, how those damn Muslims actually aren't ruining Sweden at all. If you've watched any fans of Trump, you've probably heard a lot about how Sweden is being torn apart by migrants, how it's total chaos, anarchy in the street.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Let's take a look at the situation in Sweden. I'm gonna draw really heavily from this article from Aftonbladet, link in the description. First, let's look at the murder rates in each country, the Sweden and the US. You'll notice the USA's murder rate is, what's the word? Oh yeah, a lot fucking higher. But surely the murder rates in cities with high concentration of migrants, like Malmo and Stockholm, must be incredibly high. You see? Look at how high the crime rate is in those Swedish cities on the right. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Scroll down. Oh, sorry. The cities on the right are actually American cities. The ones on the left are the Swedish cities. In fact, if you go back, the murder rate in those Swedish cities is lower than the average murder rate in the US. So let's go over to the next subject, rape. And if you're a Trump supporter, you might be thinking, but look at those rape statistics. See, you stupid fucking libtard. Look how the rape in Sweden is. Look how high that rape rate is. Thanks to those hordes of Muslims, Sweden really is the rape capital of the world. Sweden is so... Objection! Well, you see, actually, it's much more likely that the statistics have more to do with higher reporting rates and the more broad definition of rape in Swedish law. The article I'm referencing goes deeper into the specifics, but the gist is that more rapes aren't really happening in Sweden. The rapes that are happening are just being reported more. And lastly, some people may argue that, sure, the crime rates in Sweden are lower than they are in America, but they're still probably a lot higher than they were before the migrants got there. But that's not exactly the case either. It's true that when the migrant crisis started in 2015, there was a spike in crime from the previous year. However, the crime rate in 2015 was still lower than Sweden's crime rate in 2012 or 2011, before the migrant crisis even started. Now that I've laid out my logical arguments in charts, numbers, and statistics, I want to make a more emotional appeal to empathy. To the people who are against me on this issue, I know I've been condescending, but I honestly do want to make you rethink this issue, and human nature, regardless of political affiliation, by the way, usually isn't swayed by facts alone. You have to make an emotional connection, and that's what I'm going to try to do here. And to do that, I want you to really look at these people, these migrants who are coming in. Most of the migrants coming in from Syria and this area are women and children. These are not hordes of vicious terrorists. These are not monsters. They are human beings in need of help. They are mothers, sons, daughters, fathers, fleeing for their lives and for the lives of their families. In the 40s, many places turned away Jewish refugees, sending them to their death because they thought there might be secret Nazi spies among them. Let's not make the same mistake again by sending Syrian refugees to their deaths because of fears that there may be ISIS members among them. Now that I feel I've thoroughly debunked the idea of Muslim migrants having destroyed Sweden, let's move on to the next part of the video and talk about migrants from Mexico to the United States. I keep hearing the same question about illegal immigrants over and over again. Why don't they come here legally? Why don't they just get in line to come here the right way? As if there's an open gate somewhere, Mexicans can just walk through and legally be welcome to America with open arms. But the actual fact of the matter is that for many Mexicans, there isn't a line to get in. And those who can get in line often have to face incredibly long waiting times. There are three main legal paths to get into the country of Mexico. The first is if you have a family member living in the United States. Those family members can petition the US government for them to enter. This process usually takes from 5 to 20 years. The second is to seek asylum from political persecution. This can be very hard to prove to the satisfaction of the U.S. government, and the U.S. has an annual limit of roughly 80,000 refugees from anywhere in the globe. The third is to get a work visa. Those can be incredibly difficult or even impossible to obtain unless you have advanced degrees in topics which are in demand in the American labor force. If you don't fit into any of these three categories, legal immigration to the United States is essentially impossible. Even for people who do qualify to be in one of these categories, getting in can be quite an ordeal. It often takes over 20 years to get into the United States from Mexico. 20 years! To put that into perspective, 20 years ago, Bill Clinton was in the White House. Titanic, Face Off, and The Fifth Element were in theaters. The hot new video games were GoldenEye and Final Fantasy VII. And this was what a new cell phone looked like. And just in case you think that the sources I used were too liberal, I put a Fox News article in the description which says basically the same thing. And this brings me to my next major point. Democrats need to shift focus away from protecting illegal immigration to promoting legal immigration. Illegal immigration and amnesty for illegal immigrants is clearly a losing issue for the Democratic Party. Should we totally abandon illegal immigrants? No way. The Democratic Party can still play a crucial role in protecting the human rights of illegal immigrants. For example, fans of Donald Trump will often hold up Eisenhower's deportation program, which, by the way, was called Operation Wetback, as an example of how we should deal with immigration. The Democratic Party should do its best not to let that happen. Operation Wetback involved gross violations of human rights. The government often left deported immigrants in the middle of the desert with no food or water. Deportees were kept in such miserable conditions that 88 of them died from sunstroke in one summer. Many were deported in boats, the conditions of which a congressional investigation likened to 18th century slave ships. The operation ended over public backlash after drownings on these ships. This is unacceptable, and Democrats should fight like hell to make sure this kind of mass deportation never happens again. When the human rights of undocumented migrants are threatened, the Democratic Party should always be there to defend them. The Democratic Party should also stand against expensive measures like Trump's absurd border wall. However, the official position of the Democratic Party should be that we should enforce our laws against illegal immigration, and that if you want to come to America, you should do it legally. The trade-off will be that Democrats can focus their efforts into providing a wider legal path into the United States. We need to accelerate the process for people who already qualify for entry and create a pathway to legal immigration for most of the people who don't already qualify. We need to invite the Republicans who, quote, oppose illegal immigration but have nothing against legal immigration, unquote, to help expand the pathway to legal immigration. The Democrats need to remind people that providing a pathway for people to legally immigrate to the United States makes us stronger, not weaker. Our nation's history is a standing testament to that fact. This has been my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And most importantly, you see I'm always mispronouncing stuff, so I have to go back, but I'm not going to edit that out because, you know, it's important to recognize your mistakes. But now that but after this tangent, I'm going to go back to saying that, most importantly, comment. Please tell me what you think of this video. Tell me your opinions. We can discuss it in the comments. I really want to I really like the opportunity to openly discuss these issues. Just I ask that you come in good faith if you comment, because otherwise I'll just disregard you if I feel like you're trolling me. So thank you for watching. And lastly, I just want to talk about I recently did an art trade with another YouTuber, The Forbidden Thinker. I'll put the link to his channel in the description, and yeah, you should check him out. He makes a lot of videos. He does hangouts every so often, and he made me these pictures, which I'll probably use in a video soon enough. You can see, I guess in the drawing I start out as like a businessman, and then I sort of make a transformation into some Chun-Li type, like some Sailor Moon anime transformation into basically a cuttlefish version of Chun-Li, I guess. And I guess he just couldn't resist drawing boobs on my character, but to be fair, when I did the art for him, I drew boobs on his character too, so I guess we're even that way. So I'd like to thank him for doing the art trade with me and encourage you to check out his channel, and goodbye. Have a good day.